Hello and welcome to the Yoga Pantry with me, Tash. We are moving our way rapidly up the chakras and we are discovering and exploring the qualities of the Throat Chakra, the Vishuddhi or Vishuddhi Chakra. It depends which text you read, but the Throat Chakra is all about speaking our truth. It's also about purifying. So if you think about the chakras that we've worked through so far, if we get our grounded security, stability, that place of comfort and security, and then we anchor that in with the creativity that flows in our second chakra, so we can unleash the creativity that began in the womb. So if you're a singer or any kind of creative person, or if voice is your modus operandi, connecting in to the root chakra and to our creative sacral chakra will help you express yourself more clearly. And also, as we connect to the solar plexus chakra, then we have the confidence to stand there and ask for what we want, ask for what we need. And as we connect into our heart chakra, the way that we conduct ourselves and the way that we speak, it comes with kindness. There's a confidence there, but the confidence comes from the inner strength. So it's kind, it's compassionate, it's loving. We can voice what we need without getting frustrated. We can voice what we need, and by getting what we need, no one else is diminished for it. You know, we enhance everyone by using our voice in a powerful and unique way that suits us. So purification of the voice, purification of the body, purification of the thought, because the breath passes through the throat chakra. So we're going to look at our Ujjayi breathing, because that's a really nice purifying breath as well. We're going to look at some sounding as well, because by sounding I mean we're going to use our mantra to create sound, to use the vibration of a mantra, the vibration of our own voice to create or to begin healing within our body. And we're going to look at some poses that work a lot with the neck and the throat. Are you ready? Let's begin. Find a comfortable seat, a position that is going to give you full access through your spine, full access through your chakras, and allow you to connect to your voice, to your throat. So we're going to start off first with the Ujjayi breath. So with Ujjayi, it is a gentle constriction in the back of the throat. And if you think about fogging up a pane of glass, it's like that. But it's also on the inhale. So it's much easier with the nose. We breathe in and out through our nose because it's our natural filter. It stops the particles and pollen and all that stuff from getting into our lungs. So it's way more beneficial for you to breathe in and out through the nose, and Ujjayi is no different. So we just close the glottis a little bit in the back of the throat so that we can feel the breath traveling from throat to belly, belly to throat, and we can hear the sound like the waves of the ocean. So it's also known as ocean breath, but Ujjayi is also translates to victorious breath, and some people call it the psychic breath. What it does is it calms the central nervous system, it purifies the body, and as it passes through the throat, it activates the throat chakra. So let us do it. You can close your eyes or you can watch me. I'm just going to close my eyes because it's a really lovely breath to take you into a meditative state. When you're ready, gently constrict the back of the throat, and you'll feel your belly and your chest expand a little and contract as you breathe in and out. Keep going. It doesn't have to be super loud. It just has to be something you can feel. And the sound will kind of lull you into that parasympathetic nervous system. Your vagus nerve will be activated. Your rest and digest response will be activated. Follow the breath with your mind down into your body and up again. Observe your body expanding and contracting with this breath. Allow the sound to really soothe and calm you, and feel the breath passing through the throat. And then drop the chin down towards the chest. Continue your Ujjayi breath. Just let the back of the neck stretch out here. Keep length in your body, so don't hunch at the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the head, opening the gaze, dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. Now you can reach out with your left fingertips and crawl across the floor. It depends how you're sitting. You can always press out through the palm or reach through those fingertips. And draw that hand away, draw the shoulder away. Inhale back to center, and then reach out with the left or the right fingertips, whichever one that is opposite to the ear that you're dropping. Ooh, I got some tightness on this side. Dropping the ear down. Stopping the body from collapsing. Allow your Ujjayi breath to still be flowing through. If you can, through this whole practice, keep that Ujjayi breath alive. That will be our anchor to our throat chakra. And then release back to center, just gently back to center. Drop the chin back down to the chest, and then roll over the ear towards the right shoulder. Allow the ear to drop slightly behind the shoulder. And then, if it's comfortable, lift the jaw a little. And then drop the chin down towards the collarbone. And then gently roll over towards the left side. And then if you can, maybe drop the ear behind the shoulder a little bit, or just lift the jaw. So there's a big muscle here called the sternocleidomastoid, and it can get super tight. It's a big, thick muscle in the neck. Very long one. And then drop the chin down towards the chest. And then slowly roll around to the other side and gently up. And very, very slowly start your full rotation. Now you can just do it with moving a little circle with the nose, or you can do a big full rotation. It really depends on how your neck's feeling. So take your time. And if you do get a little nauseous, if rotating the neck doesn't feel so great, just stop. tap your chest, swallow your saliva, and that will help. Let's rotate back the other way. So the color for our throat chakra, as you may have guessed, is a sky blue. Finally, my yoga mat matches. I was thinking that I should have had a yoga mat for each color of the chakra, but I don't have an orange one, and I don't have a green one, and I don't have a purple one, and I don't have a yellow one. So I basically only got blue and red. I used to have a purple one, but I gifted it to my mum. Let's come back to center. And then let's just roll out the shoulders a little bit. All right, now, because we want to warm our body up before we start to get into a whole lot of stuff, we're going to come onto the hands and knees, tuck your toes around your back. And as you inhale, so we're good with our cat-cow now, but we're going to add in a little lion's breath. So as you open up through the heart here, gaze up to that space between your eyebrows. And when you round, stick your tongue out and roar. Inhale. And let it out. This is also a purifying, detoxifying breath, so really get that tongue out. A lot of people in class are too scared to do it, but do it. Look up, inhale, let it out. And let it out. And one more. And up into that cat. This time, downward facing dog. Press and rise. Stretch it out. So it's your first down dog for the day, so stretch it out. Keep the neck comfortable. You can move out the head and neck. Breathe into it. Up to the toes, down to the heels. Let's go ahead, drop down into a child's pose and take a moment just to release down into your little quiet space here. Feel into your body. Inhale, rise up, Vajrasana. You can come up higher if you need to, and hands in front of your heart space. We're going to bring the thumb into the chest area and the index finger into the little sternal notch, the little dip between the collarbones. I've got my microphone in an awkward place for this. So breathe into it and exhale, lion's breath again. And again. And open. And round. And open. And round. And open. And round. And lift up. Tuck your toes here. Twist open. And back to center. Keep your core in. Twist open. And back to center. Open. Back to center. Open. Back to center. This time, as we twist, reach down for your heel. Bring your hips forward and open up. Not just the heart, but let the head fall back if you can. And then pull in. Over to the other side, reach for the heel, let the hips come forward, open through the heart if it's comfortable, head falls back. And then release. Release down into your child's pose, only for a moment though. Pull the belly in, roll up, and then toes tucked. We're going to do a modified upward facing dog. Lift through the knees, and for this one, we're going to lift the chin. push through the toes. So I mean modified because our toes are tucked. Pull up through the core and reach into your downward facing dog. Now rise up to your toes, chin in towards your chest, belly lifts, mountain cat pose, and then downward facing dog. Again, rise up to the toes, round the back, chin into the chest, and release. And again, rise up, chin into the chest, and down. Last one, rise up, round, chin into the chest, and release. Make your way to the top of your mat. Let your body hang. If you like, you can clasp your hands and place them on the back of the neck, letting the elbows just fall to the ground as the hands hold the head, and you create a little stretch for the spine, for the back of the neck. Knees can be as bent as you like. If this is uncomfortable, don't do it. But it can feel really yummy. Release the hands, press through the feet, roll and rise, chin into the chest as you rise up. And then extending, opening up through the heart, lifting the chin, hands in front of your heart space. Take a moment, inhale, expand through the chest, lift the chin, exhale, round chin into the chest. Inhale, lift the arms, and exhale, fold down. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Now your half lift can run up your legs. Inhale, half lift. Your legs can be as bent as you like. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen the back of the neck. And then fold. Step back again into your downward facing dog. Tread it out. Move out the head and neck. And breathe into it. And then roll up into your mountain cat again, chin into the chest, but continue to roll forward into your plank pose. Knees come down, sink back, child's pose. Draw the belly in, roll and rise. Lifting the gaze, hands in front of your heart space. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up. Exhale, coming down, child's pose, roll up, round the back, move from child's pose into a modified plank. Tuck the toes, bring yourself through into that modified upward facing dog. And then drop your knees, sink yourself back down into your child's pose, roll up from child's pose. Vajrasana, hands coming up, gaze up, hands in front of the heart space. Take a moment, get centered. Keep that Ujjayi breath flowing for you. Inhale, we're going to repeat that again. Reaching up and coming down, child's pose. From child's pose, draw the belly in. Roll yourself forward. Lengthen through the spine. Now this time, if you like, you can do a normal up dog. Feet down. Open through the chest. Pull and gaze up. Normally we wouldn't. Normally we would just keep that long. But let's gaze up. And then drop the knees, pull the belly back in, and sink back into your child's pose. Draw your body up from child's pose, Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose, hands in front of your heart space. Now, bringing your legs out in front of you. I'm just going to move my mic back around. And bringing your hands behind you, palms facing forward. Like the chest puffs, but not. We're going to do reverse tabletop. So lift the hips, let the heart open, and let the head fall back. This can be tricky for some. You don't have to lift the hips that much. Just find wherever you're comfortable. If the head doesn't want to fall back, then look forward. It's all good. And then release down. If the wrists are sore, just give them a little moment. Let's do it again. Lift. And release down. One more time. Lift. And release down. Extend those legs out in front and come forward into a forward fold. If you're super tight in the legs and the back, then no forward folding, just sit up and expand through the heart space. Again, you can lift your head to your face to the sky, or reach yourself forward. Inhaling, coming back again, hands behind you. Now you can repeat what we just did, or we're going to do a little reverse plank. Lift the hips, roll onto the feet, gaze back, or just do your reverse tabletop and release. Reach forward. Inhale up. Reverse tabletop or reverse plank. And forward. Arms getting a workout here. One more time, last one. Reverse tabletop or reverse plank. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And this time we're going to release all the way down. Extend those arms out. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up, stretch out. Because it's quite intense in the body, let's just walk our feet to the right, walk our shoulders to the right, coming into a banana just for a nice restorative stretch. You can hold on to your left wrist if you like and pull that out to the right as well. And then back to center. Walk your feet over to the left, walk your shoulders over to the left. Maybe hold the right wrist and pull it out towards the left. Drawing your right hip down. Breathing deeply. Inhaling, coming back to the ground. Bend your knees. Lower back into the floor. Press up through your hips. Let the body rise. We're just going to stay the upper back on the ground and pull the buttocks towards the back of the knees here. So the neck is completely comfortable. And then exhale, release the hips. Again, lower back into the ground, lift the hips. Upper back stays on the ground. Pull your buttocks towards the back of your thighs. And then release. Now you can continue with that or press up and lift higher. Maybe walking your shoulders underneath you, clasping your hands. We'll allow the chest and chin to meet for a moment, and then we'll just create a little comfort, a little space between the chest and chin, just a smidge. And then release your shoulders, come on down. And now we're going to move into a dynamic bridge. So as the hips rise, the arms rise, the chest and the chin do meet this time. Arms over the head. And then roll down one vertebra at a time. Lower back into the ground. Soften. Lower back into the ground. Lift the hips. Roll. Chin in towards the chest. And then release down, feeling your spine rolling from the tail all the way up to that cervical spine, your neck spine. Chin into the chest here, and down. We'll just do 2 more. Just go at your own pace. And then lower back in. Let your breath guide you. Feel the movement through the spine. Work your glutes as well. Last one. And then take a moment. Just rest here. And then draw those knees in. Keep the head slightly tucked and lifted. Rock and roll. Forward and back. Breathe. Now you can, well actually no, I changed my mind. What we're going to do is we're going to rock up and come over onto our hands and knees. Reach those arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down behind you. Lengthen your tailbone. Lift the chest. Bring the hips forward. And if it's comfortable, look back. Inhale, pull the hips up. Lengthen up through the crown. Again, lengthen that lower back. Support it. Bring your hips forward. And look back. Inhale, pull the body up. Exhale, come down into prayer, child's prayer pose. Inhale, rise up to here, and then scoot your legs back into a plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, try not to drop the neck, 1, downward facing dog, and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top of the mat, and rise. Hands in front of your heart space. Again, thumb into sternum, index fingers into the sternal notch, or I don't know if that's what it's called, into the notch between the two clavicles. Hold here and breathe 3 deep breaths. Tadasana, so belly in, ribs in, length from the tail down and the crown up. On your next inhale, expand the chest, open to the sky. Exhale to round. Inhale, let's bring our feet together. Reach the arms up, and if it's comfortable, reaching up and back. And then center yourself and fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Pull yourself in towards your legs. And release. Step back, just one little lunge on each side, just because it's nice to put a lunge in. Let's find that fluidity from our sacral chakra. So a little bit of fluidity here so we can release the creativity with our voice. And then step back, right foot forward, and breathe into it. Step forward, top of the mat, inhale, rise up, hands in front of your heart space. So we're going to do some wood chopping because it's a really nice way to release your voice. And some people are very scared of releasing their voice in this. So legs wide. Grab your imaginary axe. The feet are going to point out, the knees are going to bend, and we're going to bring the axe up, and you've got something, whatever your frustrations are, there in front of you. You're going to chop through it, and I want you to make a good loud ha as you do it. So breathe in, let it out, ha. Breathe in, let it out, ha. I'm trying not to be too loud because I don't want to blow the mic, but I want you to really let your voice go. In class, I just go for it. Inhale, take it up. Ha! Take it up. Ha! 3 more. Ha! 2 more. Ha! 1 more, make it count. Ha! And release that out. Feels so good. It's one of my favorite things to do. When things are tight and frustration rises, that's such a beautiful pose. Inhale, come up. And exhale, fold. Hang here for a moment or two.
Go ahead, step back into your downward facing dog and up into your mountain cat pose. So chin tucked in, belly lifted, body rounded. And then release. Knees, chest, chin to the ground. Shrug the shoulders back. Breathe in to your cobra. Push the body up and back into your child's pose. Pull the body back up. Vajrasana. We're going to go back into knees, chest, chin, and we're going to hold it there. So take a moment. Inhale, expand. Exhale to round. Inhale, open. Exhale, come down, child's pose. Draw the belly and roll forward, modified plank. So make sure those knees are back as far as they can be. Otherwise, your knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskara is gonna feel weird. Elbows back, chest and chin to the ground. Booty is up. So here we get to reset the curves in our body. The soles of the feet, the back of the knees, the lower back, the neck. Those are our curves. Breathe into it. So we've got feet, knees, hands, chest, chin. Those are the 8 points, Ashtanga. And then release, 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 release. Inhale, lift the body. And we're going to widen the legs, turn them out, bring the elbows together, rest your face in your hands. Now, depending on how close or how far away those elbows are, will depend on how much intensity you have in your back. So just adjust and see. And then a lot of people hold the sides of the face, but that's not what we want. We want to rest the jaw in the hands so that we get a neck stretch. Relax here. Feet wide, turned out, hips softening, shoulders melting away from your ears. And then gently release yourself down, face down. Interlace your fingers, drop them onto the back of your head, Jastikasana. And bring the feet back in, hands to your side. Shrug the shoulders, breathe in to a little baby cobra. Push through the hands, pull out through the core and the belly, and sink back into your child's pose. Draw the belly in and rise up. Hands in front of your heart space. All right, let's come on to our backs again. So now that we've warmed up a lot of our back and our body, we're going to come into plow pose, and I'll give you a few variations because it's not for everyone, so just see how you feel. If you're good with plow, then take those legs up and take them over your body. But if plow pose is not really there for you yet, it can be intense on the back, what you can do is pop a couple of blocks or a block or a bolster under your hips and just rest with the legs up. Or we can have the knees bent and we can hook that part of the hand into the hip and just kind of dangle here, just holding the hips, feeling the body a little lifted, a little bit of freedom in the body. Now, if none of this works for you, then just go ahead, scoot up to a wall and take your legs up the wall. That is just as good as well as the mild inversion. Plow pose, though, is going to stretch your back and it's going to allow you to connect to your throat. I put my mic in such the wrong place for this class today, but it's all good. Now you can clasp your hands behind you, keeping your head centered the whole time. You can support your back if you need to. You can widen out your legs. You can drop your knees in by your ears. Just find what feels good. And you can absolutely stay in plow. However, for those of you that like a little bit of a shoulder stand, from here you can lift one leg and then the other and look for a nice big shoulder stand. Make sure your neck and your shoulders are comfortable. If your neck does not like any of these positions, then I would suggest you pop a little blanket underneath your shoulders that cradles the crook of the neck and your head is on the floor. Most people put that blanket underneath their head, but that's not right. That doesn't do anything. You might as well be on the floor. We want it to support the shoulders and the neck. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So whether you were in plow or you were in your shoulder stand or you were just hanging out gently, slowly roll yourself down. Control through the core. Lots of people kind of rock and pop up, but just find that control and then release yourself down. Now, take a few moments. A good counter pose to plow is fish pose, which you did in the heart chakra session, so it should be quite familiar. And we're going to either have the hands close to the body, palms down, or lift the hips. Place those arms underneath you. Sit yourself on top of your forearms, and then press through those forearms. Open through the heart, open through the throat. Take the crown of the head to the ground and lift through the chest. So this is a big, big opener for the throat chakra and the heart chakra. Keep opening up through the front of the body. If you're a bit stronger, you can lift your legs as well, but there's no need. Just find what feels good here. And then lift the head and lower the body and release. Take a moment. We're going to interlace the fingers, a counter pose to fish pose. Hands behind the head, elbows up. Rest the head in the hands and just lift your neck, lift your head. And then exhale, release down. Now, after a big, long plow, there can be some intense sensations in the back. Breathe into it. Sometimes it can feel so intense that you feel like you've done something and broken your back, but it's not. Because we don't often stretch our back that way unless plow is part of your practice. If it's not part of your practice, then as you come down from it, you may feel all kinds of things going through the back. Breathe. Release, relax. That is your fascia getting a good stretch. All is good. It will pass and you will feel amazing. If you need a little lower back support, you can pop a little bolster or a block or two underneath each knee. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, release the sound excuse me, caught in my throat, but go at your own pace. Keep doing this until I give you the next guidance. I need some water. And then release. Bring your right knee in, squeeze it in, draw your body up to meet your knee. Release your body, take your leg across or stack both knees as you come into a twist. Gaze in the opposite direction so we get that neck to stretch with us. And then release back to center. Bring the knees back in, just hold them in, pull your nose up again. And release down, release your right leg. Take your left leg across your body. Gaze in the opposite direction. Lovely big spiral through the spine from neck to tail. Back to center. Bring it in. Nose up between the knees. And then exhale, release. And you can widen out the legs, knees up, drop them in, or you can just drop into your Shavasana again, arms out by your side, deep breath in. This time we're going to release the sound of ooh. Ooh, ooh. And then changing to lips together, deep breath in. Really let those vibrations move through your body. And we're going to string them all together. Ah, ooh, Deep breath in. Ah, ooh, And now smoother, short ow, long just relax completely, let it all go. Feeling your throat clearer, your body more open. Relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Release the breath. Allow it to be soft and easy. Feel that prana buzzing through your body. And you can rest and stay here for as long as you like, thinking about your truth, thinking about what your needs are, how you need to set your boundaries, what you need to ask for. And then moving into your day, speaking with kindness and love and compassion, but speaking with confidence and moving fearlessly, asking for what you need. You can stay there, contemplating those thoughts, and when you're ready, you can begin to make small movements, stretching out and finding your way back into a comfortable seat, ready to take on your day. Thank you so much for joining me. There's only 2 more chakras plus 1, because we are going to look at our higher chakra as well. So the next one, we're going to move more to our intuition as we meet the third eye chakra, the 6th chakra along our chakra journey, Agya chakra.